Hey guys, North Star Knife Reviews. Going to do a quick little video for you today on a Kubey knife. And this is the KU66 small knife. And it is a small knife, but I really like it, to be quite honest. Now, before we take a look at it, Tobias Gibson, I believe, also took a look at this knife, maybe 6-8 months ago. And I think it was an earlier version of this, and he didn't particularly care for some of the things, but it has changed a little bit. And I don't have my tripod. I did get a new tripod, but I don't have it here because I wasn't planning on doing this today, but I ended up having a little extra time at work. So here we go. All right, let's put this away. And we got our first snowfall about 3 inches the other day, so it's starting to look like winter up here in Minnesota. Anyhow, here we go. This is the KU66, and as you can see, it is a small knife. The closed length on this is not quite 3 inches, maybe, we'll call that 2 7/8, maybe. And as you can see, there is no pocket clip on here. For some of you, I know that that's going to be a deal killer right there. For others of you, maybe not. And if that's not a deal killer, stick around and we'll take a little better look at this. I'm actually fine without the pocket clip on this, particularly since I like this as an office knife, and I am planning to probably keep this in the office. Because it's a little bit heavier duty, sturdier blade, but still not huge and probably not going to freak people out. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. Anyway, no pocket clip, but there is a lanyard hole if you're a lanyard person. We have G10 scales on this. These are a greenish, an olive drab. And I don't know if the olive drab is still available. I just took a quick look at Amazon earlier, and here I'll show you. You can get the tan version for $24. There's also a black version that you can get for $24. I don't think I paid quite that much. I think it was probably $19.99 or something when I bought it. So it has gone up a little bit, but still, I really like this knife. Personally, it reminds me kind of a sunfish, a tiny sunfish. And I really like those. So anyway, you can see here's a look at it. Kind of a little pocket chunk. Fits nicely in my hand. And you can see it does have the hole for deployment, which works fine. I think that was, if I remember correctly, that was one of the things that Tobias didn't like about it. But at that point, the hole was a different shape. I think it was just round. And you can see now it is more of this. It's been extended out. And that helps with opening because he was having issues, if I remember correctly, and I meant to go back and look at it, but I didn't. I think he was having issues opening it, and I can see where that would be the case possibly if you didn't have this little extension, because it allows you to get your thumb in a little better. And since this is such a small knife, this is very close to the pivot point, which makes it a little more difficult just from the geometry of it. Okay. Here you can see you've got this drop point blade. It is a saber grind, or a high flat grind if you prefer. It does have a swedge on it, which, a pretty significant swedge, and that helps with piercing techniques on this knife. So, I think that's pretty good. Now, this knife, as I say, I'm probably going to leave this in the office for use because, as opposed to a lot of small knives that have a pretty narrow blade, this has a nice tall blade, and so it feels like it's going to be a little more sturdy for things. And you can certainly open packages, cut things with it. It may not be quite as nimble as, like a little toothpick or something like that, but I think more sturdy. And like I say, small enough that, well, there's always going to be somebody probably who freaks out, but for the most part, this is not a scary knife. This is probably not a knife that's going to freak out too many people. The blade on this, it is not quite, let me get that lined up with this so I can. Okay, not quite 2 inches, 1.75 about. I think the official measurements say 1.73, but about 1 3/4 inches with a cutting edge that's really about the same thing, because the cutting edge is about even with this little part of the handle. Okay, you look, oops, if I can get it here. See, there's the Kubey logo, and on the other side, D2. Okay, this is a D2 blade, you know, and D2 is a very, very nice steel, a very nice budget steel, not completely corrosion resistant, okay, not quite a stainless steel, but if you live in most parts of the country, it probably is not going to be an issue. You know, if you live on the Gulf Coast or coastal Carolina or something like that, where it's really humid, salt water, things like that, then yeah, D2 you may have an issue with, but you know, up here, I have never had a problem with my D2 really corroding. You know, maybe on occasion, if it's, you know, been really hot and humid, or, you know, I've been carrying it in my pocket and been sweating or something, that may be an issue. But for the most part, I don't think corrosion is all that much of a problem for D2, unless you're in certain parts of the country. So I probably wouldn't worry about that too much. You know, if you live in the desert Southwest, no problem at all. All right, it is a liner lock, as you can see, and it is on washers, not bearings. You know, again, these small knives sometimes are a little difficult, but I don't have any problem getting this open and closed. Works quite well for me. I think this is a really great little knife, particularly for office use. I think it's, you know, kind of a, you know, just a cute, hefty little pocket chunk. So anyway, here you go. I like it. I fully get why Tobias didn't. They have made a change or two on it, however. And, you know, if you're looking for something just to put in the office, you want a little heftier blade, but not something that's going to be huge, you know, give this a look. Anyway, Kubey KU66, you all have a good day. I will catch you next time.